Alright, we're going to talk about some United States identification strategies, and we're going to go ahead and get started up here with this state. This state looks like it has a bite taken out of it, just like an apple has a bite taken out of it. So this is the state of Washington, where they actually grow quite a few apples. We need a really long state to write the next state's name, which is California. It has to be really long and lengthy, just like the state of California here on the West Coast. California. And in the state of California, it's nice and warm, and in the state of Washington, it's rainy and can be a little bit chilly sometimes. So I like to ask people, would you rather live in the state of Washington or California? So we've got the state of Oregon. I'm going to back out of this here real quick. Going to make the abbreviation for California, and then Washington or California. I'm going to head to the east just a little bit and use a border strategy. Going to trace this guy's face here. Kind of see he's got a mouth, nose, and his eyes there. This is Officer Montana. He likes to pull over people who are going way too fast and check their ID. Make sure that they're good to go. So this is Idaho. And if you're a speeder, Officer Montana asks to see your ID and you have no idea why he pulled you over, that helps you remember the state of Wyoming. So we've got Washington State, just like Washington apples, someone took a bite out of it. Would you rather live in Washington or California? Officer Montana, you can see his face in the state's border. Asked to see your ID because you were speeding. You want to know why he needs to see it. You're going too fast. Let's go ahead and use another border strategy. We'll switch to blue here. I'm going to go ahead and trace a big blocky U and a T to help us remember the state of Utah. I'm going to keep this consistent here in black. So we've got Utah. And you can also say if California was all by itself standing up, you could say, wow, Utah. It's an easy way to, or another way to remember Utah. If we head south from Utah, we see in the border here, use some red. It's kind of zigzaggy like a Z. The state has a Z in its name and its abbreviation. It's the state of Arizona. We leave the United States into Mexico. This is actually a country that borders the United States to the south. It is not a state. We can think of this as Old Mexico. That'll help us remember one of our United States just north of the border, New Mexico. Easy way to help us remember that. I'm going to use another border strategy. I'll use orange. I'm going to do half of the border of this big blocky state here. This is the state of Colorado. It has a C in its border. If you just trace half of it, that's CO. So we've got a U and a T for Utah. We've got the zigzaggy Z's in the border of Arizona. We've got Old Mexico, which is not really old. It's older than New Mexico, but we've got Mexico, which is a country. It helps us remember the state of New Mexico. And then Colorado has a big blocky C in its border if we just trace half of it. We're going to go to the northeast now, just barely to the east, but predominantly the north. Officer Montana liked to stay close to home. He went to college in North Dakota. We draw a compass rose. We've got north, east, south, and west. Directly south of North Dakota is South Dakota. Go figure, right? So we've got North Dakota, which is real close to where Officer Montana is. He actually went to school there. And we've got South Dakota, directly south of North Dakota. I'm going to trace the next border strategy here. We've got a lowercase n right over here with this state. Helps us to remember that this is the state of Nebraska. And if you remember the movie The Wizard of Oz for this next state, the main character Dorothy is from this state. She said, gee, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. So this is where Dorothy is from Kansas. Dorothy survived a tornado. This area right down here is known as Tornado Alley. I'm going to draw a couple tornadoes in here. Not a red one, though. After a tornado hits, or bad weather hits over there, you're going to ask everyone, hey, are you guys okay? It's the state of Oklahoma, has the very famous Panhandle border there. So we've got the border, the lowercase n in Nebraska. Gee, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I sure hope everyone is okay after that tornado. Everyone except for the witch, right? Alright, this big state here on the very southern point of the states that we're going to talk about today is the big state of Texas. They say don't mess with Texas. It's a big state, don't mess with it. And we left one all by itself because it is, over here to the west, it's the envy of all the other states. And actually, if you kind of smash it out a little bit, in its border, it actually kind of has a V down here. That'll help you remember Nevada. Nevada, whichever way you say it. I hope this helps. You certainly can rewind this, go over it again, and coming up next, we're going to have a young man who's mastered all of these states within a short amount of time, just by studying and using these strategies. Thanks again for watching. Alright, Chase, how do you know what this state is up here?
Because the bite out of the top left-hand corner, and they grow apples in Washington.
Okay, what's this big state right here?
California, because you need a lot of room to write California.
Good. How do you know this state?
Because Officer Montana.
Would you
Oregon,
Oregon. Would you rather live in
Washington, or California?
California. What's this state right here?
Montana, because of the face.
What do we call that guy?
Officer Montana.
Officer Montana. He asked to see your
ID, Idaho.
You want to know
Why, Wyoming.
why he pulled you over? What's this state right here that has a U and a T
Utah.
in its border?
Like, why you so tall? Or why Utah, California.
Good. This state has a bunch of zigzag Z's in it.
Arizona.
Good. What's this state right here?
New Mexico, because this is Old
Yeah, you call
Mexico.
that Old Mexico. Where did Officer Montana go to school?
North Dakota.
North Dakota. What's that make this?
South Dakota.
See the lowercase n in the border?
Nebraska.
Nebraska, good. Hey Dorothy, I don't think we're in.
Oklahoma.
Are you sure
Or
it's Oklahoma?
Kansas.
Kansas. If you get in a tornado and you look at your loved ones that are in the tornado with you, you're going to look at them and say, hey,
Are you okay?
okay? What's this state?
Oklahoma.
And don't mess with
Texas.
Awesome. That's it. Minute 42, 43 seconds.
That was quicker than last time.
Sure was. You have to practice it.
Alright.